Hey guys, Rich from Rich Big Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. And welcome to this, a different edition of the Weekly Bugle. Yes, it is pre-recorded. Don't worry, we're not moving back to a fully pre-recorded schedule. But unfortunately, just life and work and other such things meant that we did have to pre-record this today. For me, not for Quinn. Quinn's got nothing going on, have you, Quinn?
I don't know, it's my birthday soon.
When's your birthday, Quinn?
My birthday is on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Saturday.
Birthday
Oh.
boy! Birthday boy! Here's the birthday. Happy birthday. It's not yet. So we're not doing it. How old would you be, Quinn? 23?
22.
22. Fucking hell.
I'm even younger than you thought.
Got shirts older than you.
You probably got pubes older than me.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, let's not go into that. This video is not. This video is not sponsored by Manscaped.
What it is a tier list.
Did you all love the tier list, by the way? I think it had the right effect.
We very much enjoyed making it.
I think it had the right effect. I think everyone who likes our show loved it, and everyone who's
and then there were the other fuckers, boring.
Right? But we're not here to talk about Shatterpoint, Quinn. We will be doing we're not doing lots of Shatterpoint videos, by the way. We're going to do things as they release them. But what we will be doing is a special, probably sometime before Christmas, where we'll get a couple of us around a table and we'll just talk about what the things that we'd like to see in Shatterpoint, whether it's particular characters, whether it's particular rules that we'd really like. So a bit of a wish listing session. But Quinn, we are here today to talk about the unofficially released or revealed, sorry, not released, cards from the Weapon X pack. And we've got 5 new cards, and we've got exceptional healing. Now, I'm less bothered about exceptional healing being in this pack, Quinn, because if you didn't buy the original Wolverine,
that's true,
and Sabretooth,
but then you'll be missing out on 1-2 punch.
This is true. No, but that's my point, right? Is that people may not get somebody new to the game right now. If they watch our shows or other shows and
they talk for some reason going to spend like £80 on this thing.
No. My point is that would
I know.
Would you spend £100 on this and then 40 quid on a far inferior version of both of these characters? Like I'm not sure you would. I'm actually not entirely sure, Quinn, that the Sabretooth is as inferior anymore either, but we will get onto that. But we did get the tactics cards. So all of the tactics cards from the box, or I think all of them, Quinn, 6 in total, I think is right, were revealed. I don't know where this came from. It was a leak. It looks like somebody's got hold of it. I don't know. And I think, and let's caveat this, Quinn, we don't know if these are the final cards. I'd be very, very surprised if they weren't. I'm just saying these are not official AMG cards. I think it's worth caveating that, isn't it? Because they might be, they might not be, they might just not be. I don't think they are, though. I think they're the real ones. I don't know your thoughts.
I mean, I imagine they're the real ones. Like
I can't imagine they would be anything else. Really.
When is this box supposed to be coming out, by the way? Is
Christmas.
It this month?
Yeah, no, it's either December or November, isn't it? So yeah.
I mean, I imagine that this is just like
somebody just got hold of it.
Copy that's been opened.
Somebody just got hold of it earlier, haven't they? So, yeah.
Cool. In fact, I'm fairly certain I recognise that desk from other leaks. I'm not sure where though.
Do you know the worst thing is?
Is this a Polish desk?
It looks very much like my old desk, but I can guarantee you I don't have the box, because we'd have had an unboxing video about it now if I'd have had the box.
Oh yeah, and a tier list, right?
And a tier list of cards in the box, tier list of favourite sprue parts, ranking them all from the bet. I was a good sprue part. That was good. This one, not so good.
I really like A7. I think A7 is a great piece.
I think is going to be everyone's favourite.
I mean, it's like the second of Wolverine's like 6 claws.
Yeah. um, you know, it's the second half of one of Wolverine's 6 claws.
Oh, of course, my mistake.
But let's jump over, Quinn. Let's take a look at the first one. Just move this up ever so slightly. But the first one, which is, are you sure you want to remember? So this is, I suppose, kind of what you wanted, Quinn, in that you don't have to have a leadership. Should you?
I mean, also, I wouldn't really call this a leadership. I'd call this making one character substantially better than all the others.
Yeah. So anyway, are you sure you want to remember? Weapon X reactive. So after deployment, Laura Kinney, so that is X23, so that is confirmation X23 is in the Weapon X affiliation, or James Logan Howlett. Now, Quinn, I did double check.
That's
Both
Wolverines.
characters, both Wolverine characters have the same name, James Logan Howlett. I mentioned this on a post or on a WhatsApp group or something. Somebody had said, didn't AMG confirm old Wolverine wasn't in the affiliation? And I wasn't sure, so I don't know. But that to one side, right now, he could play this card, I think.
Even if he's unaffiliated,
Even if he's
have
unaffiliated.
the 51% requirement, then yeah, I see no reason why. There's nothing in the leadership that states that you have to be part of an affiliation to have the leadership.
Nope.
Because it's not a thing that's ever come up before.
No. Well, and it's also not. It's also not. It might be a Weapon X card, but it's not. You know, it's not like only members of Avengers can do this. It's just like these two named characters, which I thought was really interesting. So they're going to be our 3 leaders or 3 potential leaders for Weapon X. So Laura Kinney and any future versions, Quinn, it's worth saying as well, because I think I have to imagine we get a Wolverine version of Laura Kinney as well at some point. James Logan Howlett, so obviously that is going to be the Logan character. That's going to be the original Wolverine, and maybe Quinn one day an Old Man Logan as well. Who knows?
I mean, maybe one day we get like a spandex Wolverine that isn't dog shit. I don't know.
The character that played this card gains 3 memory tokens and the following leadership ability. It was you. Affiliation Weapon X. When an allied Weapon X character is targeted by an attack, it may remove 1 memory token from this character. If it does, it adds 2 dice to its defense roll. Then, after the attack is resolved, if no damage was suffered as a result of the attack, the allied character may advance short towards the attacking character. Additionally, when an allied character is dazed or KO'd by an enemy effect, this character gains a memory token. This character may have a maximum of 3 memory tokens. So it's interesting, Quinn, isn't it? It is significantly increasing the defensive capability of an affiliation that, because of that healing factor, both the unique ability, the ability superpower, and also exceptional healing or whatever it's called, the tactics card, are already going to be difficult to take down. Not impossible by any stretch, but difficult to take down. So you get 3, and there's no range on this, is there? No. So 1 character gets them, and then any allied character can use them, and they get replenished if somebody is dazed or if somebody is KO'd. But as we always see with this, it's then to a maximum of 3. But 2 defense dice. We've seen rerolls. We've seen more rerolls. We've seen power manipulation, things like that. This is the first time we've seen, I believe, and I can't think off the top of my head anywhere else, where we've seen additional die coming from a leadership ability. I think I'm right in saying that.
I think so. Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And we'll get on to the big downside, which I like this card in one sense, but then I hate it for another reason, and I'll go into that in a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I might jump the gun and go straight for that. This is one of your 5.
25.
This is not a leadership that is worth also losing a tactic card in my mind. Like, it's a cool card, it's cool leadership. But, yeah, really needs that caveat that it's part of your 10 but not part of your 5.
Yeah,
There's a reason no one plays First of the Black Order, or whatever it is.
I actually think this is a significantly better leadership than
Oh,
First
it's
of the Black
much
Order.
better, but still.
And that's my problem with it, Quinn. That is my problem with it. I love this. I love the idea of these cards, but you had, what's the Magneto meme? Perfection with the Convocation one, and then
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Like, I mean, ignoring that, this is, like I said, it's cool. It'd be really funny if, like, OG Wolverine isn't in the affiliation, but because of James Logan Howlett, he can take this card, be the leader, but he can never ever benefit from it because he's not a Weapon X character.
Yeah,
that would be delightful.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised. I think we're going to get I think there's going to be there has to be a forum clarification on this, because it's straight. If Wolverine isn't in the affiliation, I think there's an FAQ that goes out and it's like, oh yeah, it's actually not that. But either way, I really like this, Quinn. It's the complete opposite of what I thought their leadership was going to be, if they had one, which was murdery. But actually, 2 defense dice.
I mean, it is still somewhat murdery.
I mean, it keeps you alive, and the advanced shot is very nice. It is only attacks,
also,
isn't
you
it?
recharge it by killing.
No. You recharge it by dying.
Oh, right.
Additionally, when an allied character is dazed or KO'd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it would have been much better if... Well, I don't know. Would it have been? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
I would have preferred it if it was that way around.
I feel like, you instigate the... Because it's in... The difference between it's in your
equally,
control.
like, the whole flavour of this card being, it was you!
Yeah.
Makes sense for it being, someone takes you out and then you wake up and go,
yeah. No, I
that's the noise
get it.
Wolverines make.
But yeah, that is... I'm struggling with it being one of my 5. And that's the big thing that I've got a problem with. Will I take this out, Quinn? Will I try it? 100%. Absolutely, I'll try some games with it. But I think I'm very quickly... Because again, let's play our little game, Quinn, that we like to play, right?
Oh, dear.
You've got 2 restricted cards in your 5, okay?
Uh-huh.
Brace for these guys. Although they're pretty good on the defensive stat line, but even so, you've got...
I think you're not taking patch up. You're definitely taking follow me.
Yeah, follow me.
Maybe an indom.
Maybe an indom. Yeah, maybe an indom is actually better. Then you're gonna want exceptional healing, right? There's no.
I mean, you're playing the healing factor affiliation. You're probably playing the healing factor card.
There's no way you're not. There's no way you're not taking that. And then, so that's 3, and then we're gonna get into some of the cards that you're gonna want to take.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and go, which one do you drop for this? And I think that's the thing that we need to work out, Quinn, don't we? Is like, how good is, at worst, 6 extra defense dice? Because your opponent could just choose to never, to not.
Allow me to frame this in another way.
Okay.
Right? Almost every other affiliation in the game, ignoring Convocation and Black Order in a form that you don't play very often, they all get their leadership without sacrificing a tactic card.
Yeah.
Equally, they aren't like not only are they not sacrificing a tactic card, but their tactic cards aren't in any way, like, for most affiliations, any lower quality because of that fact because that's not what the game is balanced about. There's nothing in the design philosophy of the game saying if you have a leadership, you get worse tactics cards
No,
because it's such a corner case thing, right?
apart from defenders.
Well, yes. But like then you expand it out into, Weapon X or Black Order or even Convocation, right? You're getting to choose your leader, ignoring Black Order, which is, cool bit of flexibility.
It is.
You're still only getting one leadership, like leadership in the game, though, right? Convocation
Yeah.
have two, but they switch and they're a bit weird. But like, it's not like you're getting a second leader, right?
No.
It's also very unlikely that these factions are getting a second leader because otherwise the card becomes pointless.
Yeah.
And you're sacrificing a tactic card to get something that every other affiliation in the game gets anyway.
Yeah, and that's
Like
it needs to be. It almost needs to be.
There needs to be a
as good as a tactics card and a leadership together for it to be worthwhile.
And then you get into like the realms of is this leadership too good? Because it probably would be in that instance.
Well, because
right?
It would be
because a tactic card is a one-off thing.
Yeah, it would be 3 dice and it would be 4 tokens, right? Or something like something like that. But
I think there needs to be a new addition to the rulebook that is just a blanket rule that if it's a leadership card, it doesn't count towards your 5.
No. Your 10, yes. Your 5, no. That's the opportunity cost of the flexibility.
And that's enough of an opportunity cost to make it still feel worth taking, right?
No,
I'm happy to sacrifice one of my 10 cards to get like a leadership that I can assign to whoever I want, right?
Yeah, let's be honest, you often struggle to find a 10th card anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like, just AMG, fix it, please.
Yeah, I'm not. I love, and I think in summary, Quinn, love the leadership. Really like the leadership.
Really cool and like genuinely viable.
The opportunity cost is just too much for me.
Yeah, because it just shouldn't be there. Like, it feels like something that doesn't belong because it doesn't belong.
Let's go on to card number 2. This is going to be called the Pack. And I want to, first of all, Quinn, hone in on a couple of other characters that we can see on here. One of which we've already got in the game, which is Deadpool. So now, is this confirmation that Deadpool's in Weapon X? I'm going to go out on a limb, Quinn, and say yes, it is. Deadpool is in Weapon X, which I think is a good thing. We've then got not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Not Yu. I literally watched
Duel.
Yeah, no, the
Lady Deathstrike.
Is it Mariko? I can never remember her name. Lady Deathstrike, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah. I was about to say Kimiko. Then I was like, no. That's from The Boys.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know, Quinn, who the other person is.
I believe he's called Maverick.
Oh,
I know nothing about Maverick.
Yeah,
but
I think
he's Maverick.
I think it is. And then obviously Sabretooth front and centre. But let's have a read of the card. So call the pack. Weapon X reactive. When an allied Weapon X character removes damage from itself, it may spend 2 power to play this card. The character that played this card advances short. Then all characters within 3 of it may advance short towards the character that played this card.
To me, my Weapon X-Men!
It is. And it is not as good as A-Force or Avengers Assemble. But in some instances, this is better.
I mean, for one, it doesn't have to... It's not just affiliated characters that move off the back of this.
Oh, it's not, is it?
Yeah, that's why I think it might be just as good, if not better.
And also range 3 and towards, right? Range 3.
Range 3 is a stipulation that none of the other sort of cards in this vein have, right?
Yeah.
But you're getting the person that healed is also getting an advance off the back of this, which triggers before you check the range 3 requirement. So if you really want to make someone get in, you probably can.
Yeah. Turn 1 play, Quinn. In my head,
How you getting the power?
I really like Mr. Sinister in Weapon X.
That's not a bad shout. Equally, you still need to get the power.
It is the power, isn't it? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
it's the
shout.
power that's
It's a
the
good point.
requirement.
It's a good point. I was thinking the damage because it's automatic from that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good point. We'll have a play around. But either way,
Wong is the answer.
see, we found him a home. But no, I really like this card. I think it's very very nice. There may be some turn one plays with it, but just being able to, and this is, there may be the potential for this to be an out of activation movement, Quinn, when you start looking at characters like Venom, characters like I'm trying to think who else. Has anybody else got a reactive attack that then heals? Which, whoever it is, right? This has got some really good.
They would have to be a
potential.
Weapon X character to play it, but sure.
Good point. Yeah, fair. No, fair enough. No,
we don't have one of the many, make this character into this affiliation, but also they don't count for squad building.
Thank God for
you.
that. Do you know what it'd be as well? It'd be, this character counts as size 3 for the purposes of throws and pushes.
Healing factor 1. Man.
But yeah, even so, Quinn, really like this card. This is a card that could really swing a game. And a short movement or a short advance, sorry. That's key, it's a short advance. And it is toward. But even so, I think there's a huge amount of potential for this card. What's your thoughts?
I like it. You know, it's a different take on the whole. All of the people move in a direction, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's pack mentality, isn't it? It's like, I've been hit, and everyone's just like,
yeah. I mean, like, it's cool that it works on unaffiliated characters. That's by far and away my favorite thing about it.
yeah,
Equally, there are some downsides. I think it's generally better than To Be My X-Men. Because one, this has a wider pool of characters that can play it. To Me My X-Men is just leaders. Two, To Me My X-Men has, on average, a higher power cost.
yes,
Because you pay per model that moves. This is a, like, stationary 2 power. Like, very achievable. Removing damage, not the world's biggest requirement. Typically means you're going to be doing it end of activation, which limits some of the possibilities of it. But equally, you know, maybe use this on Logan after he's gone off and been like hunting someone down. He's been getting his rerolls. Suddenly he wants to fall back, get a bit more protection, pull other people up around him. Play this, get your short advance backwards, everyone then.
Everyone can, and that's the thing, is that the order here, Quinn, is that Weapon X character removes damage, and as you say, typically that's going to be from a healing factor. Then spend 2 power. Then they advance. Then you measure. So they don't have to be within 3 at the start of the movement. It's at the end of the movement, isn't it? Everyone within 3 at the end of the movement. Healing factor is an interesting one.
To specify end of the movement, it's end of movement of the character that played the card.
Sorry, yeah. The end of the
Not everyone gets to move short, and then if they're not within 3, like they rewind back to where they were. Another interesting thought with this card is Extremis. Do it mid activation.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's, I believe, the only way to do it mid activation because
patch up.
No, itself. Medpack isn't in the game, so I believe that's the only one.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a very good point. No, that's a good point. Yeah, patch up is only. Yeah, I can't think of any. I can't think of anybody else.
Now I'm thinking it's almost a shame that we don't have a way to give someone Weapon X status, because then we could have like Doctor Strange heal himself and pull everyone in.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, removes. It's that itself part, isn't it? That's the restriction. But even so, really like this card, Quinn. I can see this making the 10 easily. I think it's one of those cards that I can't see many situations where it ain't making the 5, right? Out,
I
out.
think it depends on like the map you're on,
If
how
it's if you're
like
completely spread out, right? I get
yeah.
it, but researcher, gamma, right? I mean these intrusions
Like I mean
as you
another
just said, extremis.
intrusion's great for this. Also cubes because and gamma because you're doing damage in ways other than your opponent doing it,
Yeah,
allowing you to potentially set
allowing
this
you to
up
do
on
it.
your own.
Well, then if you've got a cube, you're actually getting the goddamn power back as well for it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, really like this. Really, really good card. Let's go next to Dossier, Weapon X. And it's a reactive one. And it's during the first power phase, an allied Logan the Wolverine, Sabretooth Apex Predator, or X-23 character may play this card. Your opponent chooses one of their characters. It is now holding the dossier. It's going to be an asset objective token. If an allied Weapon X character is holding the token, its movement speed becomes long and it adds 2 dice to its attack rolls. Any character may use the following interact ability. Interact dossier, pick up this token. Additionally, the character that played this card gains the superpower shown below. When attacking the character holding
No,
the
no, no. You have to say
oh,
the name.
give me that.
I don't think it's quite like that. It's in all caps with 3 exclamation marks. Come on.
It's middle of the day. It's middle of the day, Quinn. When attacking the character holding the dossier token, this character may modify or reroll failure results and may reroll any number of attack dice. At the start of this character's activation, if there is an enemy character holding the dossier token within 2 of this character's first action must be an attack targeting that character if able.
You could have also just called it Nemesis Dossier Man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's what it is.
And that's what
Dossier
this
man.
is.
I have mixed thoughts on this, Quinn.
I don't like this card.
I think,
And there's one very specific reason why I don't like this card. And it's because your opponent chooses.
do you know what would have changed it for me? Is some element of VP in here.
Yeah.
Because then it feels
equally,
like
just a little bit more control load on like who it goes on. If it was like highest threat character, something like that.
Yeah. My issue is that there are some characters in this game who just go, sorry, rerolls. Oh, yeah, we don't do that. Like,
We don't do that here.
we don't do that. We don't do that. So that's my big problem with it. Now, saying that, there are some characters who have the ability just to steal it. Are they the same characters I want in my Weapon X affiliation?
I mean, it doesn't really matter either way because they're not going to be affiliated, so they're not going to get long move and all that shit. I mean, meh.
Yeah. So,
Like, oh, I will take Black Cat and then steal this and wait for you to daze me and then hope you don't pick this up and then I'll pick it up and then we're fine.
yeah.
This sounds a lot like turn 5 plays, doesn't it?
It does sound a lot like turn 5 plays. Like I say, I'd have really liked there to be a VP because in my head, Weapon X are like, they are like the Suicide Squad, right? Of the Marvel, to some extent, right? It's a bunch of ragtags. They've been thrown together. They go do mission, right? And I feel like
they go do mission.
Do mission.
They do go do mission.
They go mission. And I feel like if this was like, forget the rest of it, becomes long, 2 die, all that kind of stuff, because that doesn't happen when you pick up a dossier. Like, oh, I have this document in a briefcase. Oh, the power and the speed I have is... And it's like...
But it's supposed to be them, like, trying to extract it, right? But equally, I feel like it would make way more sense if it was 2 extra defense dice.
Well, I just give them some VPs. That way then you're incentivized to go do it. But yeah, so I'm not a fan. It's a bit fluffy for my liking. on the wrong character. I mean, the good thing is that it doesn't do any. It doesn't give them anything, right? It doesn't give your opponent
It doesn't
anything.
give them anything.
But equally, in a world where you only get 5, I mean, let me ask you the question, Quim. Would you take the leadership over this?
I would 100% take.
And I think I would as well. And I think for
the
us,
other thing is that if you play this card, your opponent can definitely use it against you.
yes,
You're saying it doesn't give them anything. They put it on like their Malekith and go, okay, cool, you have to attack my Malekith now with your first action every round. Fuck you.
what about if it's a mirror match and they're Weapon X and they give it to Meg? I mean, I'm assuming they get it all right.
I mean, well, it says Allied Weapon X, but sure.
Who's that? The reason it says
allied to the person that played the card.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. I was thinking they were allied to Weapon X Affiliation.
That would be affiliated, wouldn't it, Rich?
It would be affiliated, yes. It would be
lemon.
affiliated. But anyway, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Gotta get some air.
No, you got to say it in like a really gruff, like...
Gotta get some air, bub. Unaffiliated, reactive.
I hate it.
Any character ends an advance or is placed within 2 of an allied Logan, the Wolverine. After the effect is resolved, Logan, the Wolverine. You have to do that little pause between Logan.
Well, yeah, that's what a comma is, right? It's a
the Wolverine. May play this card. Logan, the Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Advances his speed away from the character that triggered this effect. He may not contest objective tokens this round. What's the one thing you hate about the old Wolverine, Quim?
He's shit. I don't know. Like,
Losing
there are lots of things I hate about it.
Losing the ability to score some VPs.
I know. I also hate that he's not like 6/6 stamina and is instead 7/5. I hate that the best at what I do is a shit ability that would be better if it was literally just charge. Berserker Barrage, meh attack.
Okay. But anyway, I don't like this card.
I mean, I'm shocked and appalled.
It's
How could you hate this utterly dogshit card?
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Why would you want this?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, if you really want to get some distance out of him, you can play Call the Pack and then this.
So, I mean,
it's still bad, but you could do it.
I tell you where this, and I'm only going to bring it up because it happened to me in my league game this week, and it absolutely screwed me over.
Didn't you get your arse handed to you, Listen?
Spider traps. I charged with ferocity with Malekith. They spider trapped.
Oh, it's any character. That makes it a bit better.
And you don't get your action back. That's the key thing about...
It's called Spider Tracker, but yeah.
Spider Tracker, sorry, not Spider Traps, yeah. But not getting your action back. So there's maybe... I think if you know you're coming up against a Malekith, Cabal, this card could actually allow you to move Logan up the board a little bit, put him in a little bit of risk, knowing that they're probably going to try and do the ferocity into him with Malekith, and then you just move out of the way. Because it's going to be a full medium move as well, which is quite nice. Usually these are only short. And there's no power cost. And does it really matter around 1-2 if you can't contest an objective token? If you've moved him up to go murder somebody, for example. I'm just saying, as I'm reading it through again.
There are points where you can include this card and it can be good. Does that mean that the card in and of itself is great? No. Like, you can do some fun things with it. I don't think that necessarily merits its inclusion in your 5 or necessarily your 10.
There we go. That is the official verdict on Got to Get Some Air? Just one more time for us there, Quinn.
Eh?
There we go. Quinn, I'm really excited about this last card.
I mean, like I said, just we've got to get some air. Like combo it with Call the Pack. I think that's the funnest way to use it.
It depends though, because if you've not taken damage, how are you
I'm not
healing?
saying turn 1.
No, but
Yeah,
character. I
Yeah,
just read
so
any.
like a friend moves in range, and then it's like if you really want to, like you can play Call the Pack with someone else. They move
forward. They can
Wolverine,
move back,
and then other people are within 3. Wolverine moves forward. Someone else moves forward. Is within 2 of Wolverine. He then goes, "I've got to get some air," and then like jumps forward.
It's a lot of tactics cards for.
I mean, yeah, it's dumb, but I like
combo,
it.
Innit? I do like it. Cool. Right, Quinn. Oh, I love this card. Happy birthday, Runt.
No. Happy birthday, Runt.
So, unaffiliated, Victor Creed may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose an enemy character within range 3 and line of sight and with an activated token. Victor Creed immediately makes the attack shown above, targeting the chosen character. We're going to look at the attack first, Quinn, and then we're going to break down what all of those words mean, because there's a lot of words missing from that paragraph that I love, or that sentence even. So, ambush. It's going to be a physical, range 3, 6 strength, obviously 0 cost, where the character does not benefit from cover. Enemy characters cannot use reactive superpowers or reactive team tactics cards during this attack. If this attack targets James Logan Howlett, after the attack is resolved, the target character drops all objective tokens it is holding. That last one is niche. You could take it off there, Quinn, and this card would be as good, right? Why do I love this card so much?
Action.
First of all, Quinn, yeah, it's not an action, which I really, really like.
Number 2, don't have to play it on your turn.
He can already have activated.
Either that, or you do it in the middle of someone else's go when they haven't quite finished someone off.
Yeah. Just so good. This card is so good. Action economy wins games, Quinn, doesn't it? That's the...
For example, right, you've got someone who's like fighting an injured Ghost Rider, and they hit him once, and they do like they spike, right? They spike, and they get him down to like 1 or 2 health, and you're like,
pop him with this.
I don't really want to attack this guy now because he's Dual Devil, and then you just go, oh, he's already activated, hasn't he? Happy birthday, Ghost Rider!
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jehonanathan.
Now, what I will also say, Quinn, is this will work with the original Sabretooth. Hence, my comment earlier that all of a sudden, we've got a long move Sabretooth with an out of activation or potential out of activation attack like this. I think with this card, I think it means you could see play with the old Sabretooth now. And Quinn, do you know what else?
Go on.
It's unaffiliated.
Yeah.
It's not a Weapon X card.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this. I really, really like this. I could see this being played in Brotherhood. I could see this being played in Weapon X or X-Force. Sorry.
I mean, with the advent of Blob and Pyro as well, you know, getting some interesting things going on with Brotherhood, especially with like Mystique Brotherhood, which I am very much looking forward to trying out because
very much
Magneto balls the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's good, but playing at a lower threat level, as in a lower leader threat level, with some of these new tools, Pyro dishing out the Incinerate everywhere, Victor Creed following up with some ambushes. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for this card. I think I'm going to say, Quinn, of the 5 we've seen, it's probably my favourite of all the cards. I don't know if you picked out one. Did you have a favourite?
Uh, Call the Pack. I like Call the Pack.
Collar Pack is nice. Yeah, Collar Pack is nice, but yeah, I really do like it. And it's just that extra little bit of like, again, if every character had a tactics card that was as good as this that you could take with them, then we wouldn't need generic as much, right? This is what a good tactics card should look like for me, Quinn. And I also like the fact that you can take both Sabretooth in the same roster and have this in there and choose between, depending on what you're coming up against
cool.
as well. So, yeah, overall, Quinn, we've seen the characters. We now know that at a bare minimum, we've got Sabretooth, or the new version of Sabretooth. We've got the new version of Logan. We've got Deadpool. We've got X-23. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we've probably got Honey Badger in there as well, right? As a
Yeah, I
two
mean,
threat.
like she wasn't made by Weapon X. It was a different program. I mean, same with Laura, I think, because she's like Wolverine's clone.
No, she's still 23 though, isn't she? She's got the number. She's got the
Oh yeah, maybe
denomination.
she is. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, what number is Wolverine?
X. I only just watched the film the other day. X1. Oh, is he X? I need to look. What number X is Wolverine? He's a weapon. Well, he's Weapon X, isn't he? He's 10.
Wait, what? Wait, so he is. So they changed from Roman numerals to actual what?
They did at one point in Grant Morrison's run, apparently.
Fuck off.
I know.
Stupid. I don't like it.
If Wolverine was number 10, what was number 9 before? Yeah, anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But
Oh, that was weapon fucking IX.
what are your overall thoughts on the affiliation, Quinn? Is there enough there to get you excited? And is it one that you could see yourself playing?
I think they're cool. I like the characters in the box, even if the box is ridiculously overpriced for a fucking rock. Um, the leadership being a card really puts a dampener on it for me.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely would have preferred like my idea of there just not being a leadership.
Well, and I think at least, you have that option, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I feel like I would have preferred it to be like hard baked in there, and maybe get like another better tactic card.
I I would have really liked to have seen a crisis card that.
No, you're not allowed crisis cards.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Crisis cards aren't allowed in this game.
Yeah, sorry,
How dare
I
you?
apologise. Sorry, yeah.
You'll play with the 3 we have.
Sorry, boss. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to them, Quinn. It's right up my street. I always, I mean, you know me, I was always so disappointed with X-Force. So I'm just hoping that Weapon X can
That was
be,
mainly because you were disappointed with Cable.
because he's shit. I mean, he just is.
This is true.
He just is. But yeah, so there we go, guys. That's a breakdown of the Weapon X tactics cards. We know a lot more about that affiliation now. Be really interesting to see what the likes of Lady Deathstrike and some of these other characters that we could potentially get in there as well. I imagine more healing factory murdery things. Feels like it'll be with a a real problem with psychic mystic attacks. I think is probably going to be a common theme as well. Quinn, on to the painting part of the show, the painting competition. So what do we do? Well, every week we run a painting competition. Me and Quinn take it in turns. We pick a theme. I think I picked last theme.
You did.
We went for Wakanda. It was been Wakanda week on the channel
Low hanging
last week. Absolutely. We had firework displays the week before.
Yep, only
So-
because you didn't take Halloween.
I didn't take Halloween. Yeah, that's true. So we just looked. We wanted anyone in Wakanda, or anyone that should be in Wakanda. So we did include Bucket in there
James
as well.
Buchanan Barnes.
Yeah. So what do we do? Why would you want to submit your entries? Well, submitting your entries gets you into the prize draw. Just for submitting them, gets you into the prize draw for the Weapon X Rivals pack. So what we've just broken down with the cards, if you submit your entries next week with whatever Quinn picks, you'll be in the running to win that box at the end of the year when we do the draw. Probably do it for a Christmas thing. But on top of that, we have 2 honourable mentions and 1 winner every week. And if you are if you get an honourable mention, if your work gets shown on the show, you will get yourself 1 entry into our otherwise Patreon exclusive monthly giveaway that we do. So over on Patreon, from as little as £1 a month, you get an entry into the prize draw. And it's a character pack every single month. And if you win, you actually get 2 entries in there as well. And the way that we judge these is not just who paints the best, because there's some amazing painters in this group. And we would just be picking out the same people all the time. So we look at other things as well. A little bit of creativity. Have you done something special with your bases? Have you picked a particular colour scheme that we really like? Have you done a conversion? Like when we love to see some like toxin versions of Nick Fury or whoever it is. So it's not always about who's painted the best. It can often be, and often is, Quinn, isn't it? What else you've done as well on top of that.
Like even if like the paint job as a whole isn't like as good as some of the others that have been like entered, if you've done something like even just one area really well and that's like jumped out to us, like
we have winners from
oh yeah, that's real cool. We'll go with that.
From Good Blends, OSL, all that kind of good stuff. So Quinn, without further ado, let's jump over and look at honourable mention number 1. He's becoming a bit of a regular on here, isn't he, old Brushnicker? But after quite a bit of debate, we couldn't pass up this Okoye. I just came out of watching the film Sunday with the family, and oh my word, Quinn, this just encapsulates everything that Okoye is, and the blends on this are really good. The non-metallic metal is absolutely amazing. The face.
Yeah, I mean, the tattoos on the head, right?
Oh, God, yeah, just really, really good. Just overall stunning paint job. I've gone through most of it, Quinn, but is there anything else that stood out to you?
I mean, like I said, tattoos on the head, I think are really cool.
Yeah, no, I really do like that. So yeah, well done, Brushnicker. You get the first honourable mention of the show, and you'll get an entry into the prize draw. More than 1 entry now, I think, so well done. Next up, honourable mention, friend of the channel and a friend of mine and Quinn's. It is Jonah.
I don't know if Jonah would appreciate being your friend.
Somebody who me and Quinn are acquainted with.
Whoa. It's fine being my friend. He likes me.
He thinks you're a cunt.
I mean, yeah, but he thinks you're more of a cunt.
And I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, this amazing Shuri, just really, really good work on it. It's almost like a non-metallic metally blue that he's got going on there in places.
Yeah, kind of. It's a nice, almost icy blue. So
yeah, it is, isn't it? But I love it sort of in the Panther gauntlets. I love the little, she's got the little sort of tribal marks on the head, the little hint of purple going through the hair, and then the sort of yellow trim brings everything together.
I think the yellow trim is probably my favourite bit. I don't know, like specifically on that left leg. Like, I don't know, I just really like the way it looks on the thigh. Like, it looks real good.
Okay, Quinn. We now know that Quinn is a thigh man. But yeah, well done, Jonah. Really, really nice paint job there, buddy. So yeah, again, you get an entry into our monthly prize draw. And then last, but by no means least, it really hurt us, Quinn, didn't it, putting a Storm in here? People know our views on Storm, right? We're not a fan, especially not in Wakanda. But
I mean, I wouldn't say I was a fan of her anywhere else either.
I mean, she's the best X-Men leader in the game.
I mean, I'm not even sure if she's that. She might have the best leadership. I'm not sure if she's the best actual character.
No, I said leader.
Yeah, being a leader is about more than just a leadership, Rich.
Yeah, but she's the only one with a leadership. Excuse me. I do apologise. But yeah, Quinn, you picked this one out in particular. What stood out for you on this one?
The skin tones. Skin tones are really well executed, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really liked it. I thought really, really good job. Really, really just an absolute solid all-round paint job.
I think
so.
also they've done a good job of differentiating the white of the hair from the white of the suit.
Yeah, which is often hard to do, isn't it? Because, you know, and actually even you've got like 3 different tones of white there, because you've got sort of boots and suit, then you've got the cape, the underside of the cape, and then you've got the hair. And there is clear differentiation between all 3, really, isn't there? And the cheeky little bit of OSL there, in that either OSL or you made an accident, a happy little accident. But yeah, I do like that. So yeah, well done. I'm sorry, we didn't see who this is. This is Mick1 Gamer or Mick Gamer, Mickey Gamer. I don't know, but well done.
You need a better name, mate. just get a better name.
Wow. So every single one of you guys that has entered will be put into the prize draw, and then as we mentioned, we've got everyone who. So Jonah, Mick1 Gamer, and Brain Fart. Brushnicker, all get entries into the Patreon draw as well. And Quinn, that means me batting it back over to you for you to decide what the theme is going to be this week.
The theme is just going to be whoever your favourite character is. I don't want your favourite paint job. I want your favourite character, though. So even if you painted your favourite character shit, I want to see them that way.
I'm going to add a requirement for this one, Quinn.
No.
No, I am.
You can request one from me, and I might grant it if I deign to do so.
I want one sentence with the picture
as to why
it's your favourite character.
I will assent to this suggestion.
It's fucking
Turns out you do something good every once in a while.
Arsehole. But yeah, there we go.
They hated Jesus. We told them the truth.
Ginger cunt. But no, it was nice to have some new stuff to talk about. I mean, it's nice that we're getting a new fleshed out affiliation with new characters. Maybe some new homes for older characters as well. And maybe, who knows, Quinn, maybe the resurgence of an old character in the form of OG Sabretooth. So that is never a bad thing. Guys, hopefully you've liked this video.
Just to clarify, old Wolverine, still bad.
Oh, Wolverine, still shit. Don't bother buying him.
Good.
But yeah, again, apologies that we couldn't do this live. It's one of the things that we really, really enjoy doing since we've moved from the recorders to live format. We just couldn't make it work for this week, and we didn't want to go another week without having it. We are not the what's the word? Something trombone, the occasional trombone. It is the weekly bugle. So yeah, guys, if you could leave a like, it would be really, really appreciated. If you haven't checked out the Discord, please do so. As I mentioned, we've got the Patreon up and running if you want to support us even further, and it does get you entry into the prize draw and also into the monthly competitions that we do, or monthly events that we do, and a whole bunch of other stuff on there as well. And a big shout out to all of the Patreons who have already supported us on the channel. It is really, really appreciated. And as always, guys, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.
See you.